Hey, community.
We are one, too.
Comic Talk.
And
We would like to introduce later
special guest.
a special guest. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I just want to wish you all a good night and make sure to stay safe from all the Corona stuff. It's a crazy world out there right now.
Thanks, dude, man. You get some rest, all right? Thank you. Hey, community. How you doing? As Kai mentioned, we do have a special guest that wants to hang out and have margaritas and talk comics. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I know this is not something normally that we do. The premise of the show is my son and I hanging out, and doing the thing together. So the fact that I'm able to augment this and he allows me to go ahead and do my own little thing is kind of cool. So I appreciate that. And if you just give me a quick moment. My son and I hanging out, Sweet. So hopefully Donna should be jumping on here pretty soon. Hey, Chris. How you doing, man? And I don't know if you've actually been, paying attention to what we've been doing of late. We've been actually having special guests. We've been and to me, some of these people are actual friends. We've also I've been reaching out to new people. I've been seeing new people all over the place as far as online, obviously, because we're not able to go anywhere, mobilely speaking. Matter of fact, one of the coolest books that I was able to get, being that it was New Comic Book Day yesterday, I had an individual, out of the kindness of this person's heart, say that, you know what, I will bring you the new book that I put out. And even though the shops are closed and everything, like I said, I will bring this to you. Where do you live? Really? How about we meet over at a local store by my house? She said, oh, perfect. I think you guys have probably already seen this a few times. The reason why to me, it's more than significant, being that the tale of my son and I. This is a thing that he and I have something to bond over. And I appreciate that, Chris. And in doing so, what I want to do is I want to find something that I can do the same thing with my daughter. And what I mean by that is with the comics, I wanted to kind of, which they're both not here right now. What I want to do is I eventually want to get to where I can sit back and see my son and daughter exchanging books. Now, my daughter's 19. And my son, he's 15 now. It's never been a dream of mine. But now that I've been doing this, it is. So the book that I had, the first book I handed my daughter was The Fuck, issue 1. And who that is written by and designed and all that is by an individual named Mia. Now, when I heard that Mia was going to do a signing, I tried everything I could to try to get to that signing event. I did not have the ability to get to the event at that time. What I mean by in time for the signing itself, I was off by, I think, by 30 minutes, unfortunately. I was able to still secure me a book. I called knowing that I wouldn't be able to get there in that time. And I asked the store proprietor at the time, hey, do me a favor, talk to Mia and see if you can go ahead and get a signed copy for me and see if she'll still do that sketch. And they said, well, we'll talk to her, see what she'll do. What was cool is when I ended up arriving at the store the next day and to pick up my books, pick up my pull, and get all that, there was a signed copy of the original copy of the issue number 1 of The Fuck. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. I like supporting, as you know, Kai and I like supporting the local, not only the local talent, but basically, I guess, the small individual, the person that is doing it all by themselves. If you've watched many of the interviews, as you've made mention, hey, Perry, you know that Christy Shin is one of the main co-hosts for the Artist Alley, and the cool thing about it that is she also knows a lot of the same people that I do and invite onto it. It also allows me that individual that also can relate to artists, being that she is an artist herself. So getting back to the point, sorry I was deviating, is that I now had in my possession a book that I basically wanted not necessarily to just hand my son, which I knew was going to jump into the book anyways. I wanted to hand that to my daughter. This was going to be the first book that I was going to give to her to hopefully break her into starting to read comics. And hey, Ben. And by doing so, like I said, my dream was eventually maybe these two, son and daughter, would be swapping books, man. At some point, they'll be like, hey, Dad, check this out. This is a new book that we picked up. Perry, all you guys, and you know, I throw an invite out there. You want to jump on, you can. So Mia end up, like I said, signing the book. I end up giving it to my daughter. She ended up reading it. She ended up loving it. She ended up giving it to me. I ended up doing a review, which, you know, I don't normally do a review per se, but I felt a little obligated to do one on that. Not only because I did enjoy it, but it was because this was the book. This was the book that brought my daughter and I start talking. And if you saw, we did that review together, which was cool because that was the first review my daughter did. And I ended up having her do that hijacked review intro on a show. I don't know, what was that? A little over a week ago on Space. But we also have plans to end up doing another review when she comes here. And speaking of which, here's Mia now.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, I just threw the world right at you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. So
how things going? Did you find yourself a drink?
I have.
Nice. I appreciate it, Chink.
Chink. Saluti.
I appreciate you hanging out and drinking with me. We have some people in the chat that would love to say hi. We got Chris right here.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. And we got Perry of Perry Comics.
Perry?
Now, Perry,
hey.
he was one of the main guys that discovered Kai and I on our channel. And he does this thing where he calls lurking. So he goes to smaller channels that have no real subscribers. And then he does a whole show based on showing those channels.
Oh, okay. That's dope.
It's pretty damn cool. Yeah.
Lurking. That's the lurking that I know of is more of a...
Totally different.
Totally.
Lurking in a good way. That's what Terry does. He lurks in a good way. So what's new with you? How's your day been treating you?
I'm not happy about it. What can I do? You know, events canceled, books, all the book signings canceled. So, you know, all I can do is just I've been focusing on stocking up. As soon as the quarantine is over and all the events are back up, I just want to have all of my merch just ready to go, you know, and then I'm going to be aggressive as hell.
And there you go.
Oh my God. I can just imagine myself, you know, now. I mean, the first event, since I was so shy and I didn't, I was always, I guess, a little shy. I wouldn't approach people right off, but now at this point, I'll just jump up and grab people to my table.
Yeah, you know what? You've never, how should I say, come across to me as a shy individual. You seem very, well, you know what? In some regards, you come across on the book. I mean, the books slightly emulate your personality in the sense that you are definitely an outgoing person. You know,
that I am. Shy as a newbie in the comic world.
Well,
a little bit. Yes, I was a little bit. Yeah, the first couple events, I was, you know, sitting with, you know, Marcus and the other comic artists, and watching them sell, and they all have. There is a way to approach and a way to get people to your table, or so it's all about eye contact and all that. So I kind of, I learned the first couple of times. It's getting better though.
Mia, I don't know if you know my brother, but Mark, Mia, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hi, Mia.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me well?
Cheers.
I can hear you just
cheers.
fine.
Cheers.
Yes.
Jack
Yes.
and Coke.
Salute.
Jack and Coke, right here.
Hi,
nice.
Rosé.
Oh,
Bam.
nice.
Get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, my brother, who is great at introducing me, he introduced me to comics. So whenever he asked me to jump on, I try to jump on and talk comics and, all forms geek
Mm-hmm.
as much as I can.
Oh, hey, Chris. Wow.
And then I do some voice acting and some other fun stuff on the side.
You do voice acting?
Well,
That's so dope.
not professionally.
No, that's fine, because I'm gonna need some anyway. I'm trying to pitch my book as also a cartoon comedy series. So I'm gonna create an animatic.
If you want me to throw some voices on the animatic, I would be happy to do that. My wife is a Latina, and I know some of your comic has some of that jive in there. So like maybe you might want to get her going there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's in fact in book 2, there's 2 added characters, and then as the episodes move along, more characters are added. So but either way, it's just kind of like, if you have, how many voices do you have? What's your style? You could pick the character that suits you,
I'm always very cautious about doing voices of other people, like anything that could be considered a racial stereotype. That's kind of what I'm shying away from, even though I'm wearing a freaking Luke Cage shirt. No, but I just caution it, because like you don't want to overstep your boundaries, because
unless you do it really well, right? There are some. Oh my God, there are some actors that can do every kind of voice from any race or lifestyle, or
Sure.
Joe, is it? No, I'm thinking. Is it Joe Manganiello? No, yeah, the guy who does Bender's voice. Bender
from
Futurama.
And
I haven't seen it.
He also does Jake's voice from Adventure Time, the dog.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yes.
He does voices that like black guy voices.
Right.
And you can't tell the difference. You cannot tell the difference.
The guy that does the voice for, in Family Guy, Cleveland is white.
Yeah.
Can you?
Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is done. Samurai Jack himself is a black guy.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. That I believe. So
yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but he's a great voice actor. I met him at LA Comic-Con 2 years ago, and he was talking to somebody, and I go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Can I just quickly take a selfie with you? You are one of my idols," because he does so many good voices. He was the guy from the UPS guy from Mad TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Samurai Jack's voice.
Oh my God.
It's so cool. He's such a good voice actor.
Yeah, that's, I wouldn't mind voice acting. I don't know what, I would just do it for fun, not because I think I have a great voice, or just for the experience. Yeah. I did some of the voice acting for my animatic, and I hate my voice, but I couldn't find an actor for Lexi. So I was looking really, I found the first actress I found for Lexi. She sucked so bad. She was such a bad actress.
It happened.
I mean, she sounded like she was reading. Everything was just reading.
Yeah,
And
it's hard.
I couldn't. I was like, I could beat it into her, and she still would sound like she's reading. You know, so I would get up and I'd act myself and do it with as much feeling as I could.
Right.
She still sounded like she was reading. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, because you're trying to model it. You're trying to model what you want them to do, and they're not quite hearing it.
I'm trying to direct. You know,
Right.
and
right. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It doesn't work that way. Not for every actor and actress. They don't receive it well, especially for amateurs. Like, they don't know how to take direction. Plus, voice acting is different than regular acting, because in regular acting, if you tell me, okay, instead of moving left, move right, that's easy to understand. But if you say, you know, I need you to sound like you're sad, but you know, right now you just sound like you're neutral, right? But I need to hear some sadness. For some people, they don't know how to embody sadness into their voice. They do it in their face. They're like, right? They're right here.
Or you almost have to do it for them. Like,
yeah.
I actually, to show my actors, I would do it first. I'm like, if you could just say it like this, you know, I would act out the whole thing myself first. And I said, just fucking copy me, okay? Just do exactly what I fucking did.
but it's hard to do with voices. It's hard to go exactly the way the person did. Especially if you don't have that vocal control. Or
the verbal control.
Right.
Because there was a guy I had play J Stacks. I liked his voice. See, he was a big guy. J Stacks is he's Latino, he's Salvi, and heavy guy, big. And I went to a comedy club in LA, a small one, you know, was the Comedy Union on Pico.
Okay.
So I went in there and I found this guy. His name was Dave Getzoff, and Dave Getzoff. And so yeah, really, that's his real name.
That's his real name and his porn name.
It's G, but he spells it G-E-T. He spells it Getzoff. That's his real name. Getzoff, and he got teased a lot. But he's Dave Getzoff, and now
perfect. So
anyways, he became one of my actors. He he talks too slow, and he's a little older. So he was, I guess, you know, he's older. He's like in his late 30s, almost 40. Okay. But I'm wanting him to play someone who's a millennial, you know, and use millennial language.
Right, and they pick up their cues. They don't waste time.
Right. So he struggled there. He struggled with just talking fast. And when he was a slow talker, but I did like the sound. He had that husky voice. He had the voice of a big guy.
Right. Yeah, big guy. Yeah, I'm a big guy.
Yes, he had the big guy voice, but he didn't have the speed or the it was we did so many takes with him.
Yeah. And it's hard, you know, the big guy voice, it comes from that lower register. It comes from diaphragmatic control. So when you're coming down like this, that's the big guy voice. You know, you're tough and you mean and you speaking from your stomach. And I'm using a little bit of throat in here to get a little bit of you know, a little bit of Los Angeles in there. Yeah. And the source of
Hey, so have you seen the book?
I've seen your book.
Not already.
My brother has every copy.
Oh, wow.
It's on our short list. It's on our short list to do some voice acting for.
Sweet.
I just need to find some actors who are up to snuff, because you have strong female roles, and I just need to cultivate my female talent to come and do it, right? Because part of it is finding the right people, because you can have somebody who sounds right, but they have to not just sound right. They have to like
I've been
looking.
I'm still looking. I found women who have the look, like, just to. I found some characters on Instagram.
Right.
I search people all, like, whenever I get a chance, I just start searching people and find characters on Instagram. And oftentimes I'll turn them into a character that I can use. Hey! Hi! Where's she hiding over there?
It's my niece.
Yeah, she just walked through the door with her boyfriend. And I think she drug in Kai. He's out there skating.
Hey, welcome.
What are you guys talking about?
We're just hanging out. We're just drinking and just hanging out.
What is Mark
Drinking with comics.
Yeah.
As apropos. But I do love your art style, Mia.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have a beautiful curvature to your art style. And I love your choice of colors. It's very bright and lively. It's my wife.
Hey!
She should be the one come here talking, honestly.
Right.
But you and then your subject matter. It's smart.
Which I love.
It's smart. It's fun. It's relevant. It's current.
I really want to talk about all of the nonsense of Instagram in these books.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what it's about. And so, when because I'm older, I'm not of the millennial generation.
Yeah, I am. Actually.
And how old are you?
I'm 34.
You're 34. Yeah, you're younger. So I'm not of this whole Instagram culture. So when I finally got an Instagram account and I saw so much bullshit on it, I was like, the Instagram hoes. That's what Lexi's an Instagram hoe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And she's an IG hoe, but she's also a stripper. So she's, one of those women that you see constantly twerking and posting twerk videos on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're all obsessed with clout and getting YouTube
Followers.
fame or clout. You know, they're all trollers and clout chasers, and that's what I'm making fun of.
It's all about followers in that culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also note that every time there's a fight,
millennial.
yeah, I noticed that every time there is a fight, people don't stop them; they just film them now.
Yeah,
and, nobody stops a fight; they just film the beatdown,
and then they scream "World Star."
Exactly. Yes,
because they wanted to be hyped like that.
And my generation would have stopped the fight. We would have been worried. We would have cared. We would have stopped the fight. Would have been totally different scene.
Yeah.
So that's why Instagram was so absurd to me, and I had to. This book is just. It's just it's just my thoughts.
Yeah.
It's really
and I don't even and I'm not trying to critique what you're saying, but I think it's not. I don't believe it's a millennial thing. I think it's a Generation Y thing, or not Y.
Generation Y,
because my brother is Generation X. I'm a millennial. I'm technically Y. So it's the.
I thought millennials were anybody who's like born, at least close to the 2000s, like in the late 90s.
No, I was born in the mid 80s, and I'm technically a millennial.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking, millennials. You're born in the 2000s.
So it's the zillennial. It's the after millennials.
After millennials.
My niece, her generation.
Millennial.
Yeah, and because there's like almost 16 years of difference between me and my niece, and I'm considered a millennial. She's a zillennial.
Zillennial. Okay, so thank you for correcting that, as I didn't, I'm thinking, okay, they're all millennials.
So one of the funny differences between millennial and zillennial is I know what a rotary phone is.
Okay.
She does.
That's true.
She doesn't. She's Okay, yeah, you know what a cassette is, probably,
Yeah,
or
I
you
owned
know,
a lot of them.
and you probably had a VHS. You know,
Yeah. I even know what Betamax is.
yeah. So I guess that would be so. My daughter would be a millennial. She's she's 24.
Zillennial.
Zillennial. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of the first generations of millennial. I'm like the first 4 years, because pretty much anybody who's born from 1981 up to 95 or something like that.
Oh. The only
99. My wife corrected me.
Confusing.
Who wrote good old fashioned beatdown?
81.
Well, that's why I'm gonna go ahead and throw her up there, and
She's
Right.
correcting me. Thank you.
Right.
Oh, here, wait. Let's get all kinds of specific here. She'll break it down.
Yeah, they're cusps. Yeah.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So yeah, the whole Cardi B, all of the Cardi B's of the
Yeah.
world, the since strippers have been sensationalized, I wanted to bring that up,
Yeah.
in the book, strippers and YouTubers, pranksters, all of that. So that's pretty much what I want to keep the stories around.
It's interesting because there's a I think that I'm pro sex work in the way that I think women should control sex work, right?
Okay.
And
I'm like that too.
And right now it's a male dominated culture, and so that's kind of part of my negative feelings towards it. But that's actually, I digress. I think that the Lexi character
Wait, let me stop you there.
towards,
You like the fact that the only problem you have is the fact that it's not ran by women. I like that. Keep going.
yeah. Well, but
Right.
but I think that the Lexi character embodies the male running of it. The idea that followers, that basically male followers,
Yes.
are going to lead to your clout and lead to your success. And that's basically the opposite of what sex work should be. Because I'm in no way against people who do that. I think that's a function in society that's always been around, and I think that we need to think about it in a different way as a society.
Right. Right.
And for the safety of the women who are involved in that. But when you're doing it for the sake of notoriety and not for the sake of gosh, where am I going here?
It doesn't matter. We're drinking.
Well, notoriety being so I don't know if you, okay, so she's when I say IG hoe, she's not actually having sex with these guys. She just posts very sexual videos to get likes, and she gets paid through Instagram. She gets paid because of all of the followers and likes. Right. So that's how it,
but that's my point.
She markets her videos.
Yeah. And I think that's still part of it. I think that's part of it, because she's not controlling. I mean, in a sense she is, but she's not controlling the means that comes to her success, right? Her success is going to come from
more twerking,
the male gaze, and the male control of that said operation. I'm having a hard time articulating
it. That basically, occupation is just with the recognition. Anything else other than being seen and partying. That's what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I wanted, these girls, they don't have a plan. Okay. Right. They're lost. They're very shallow. They want just monetary things. They'll do anything for Louis Vuitton handbag, or they just want,
Material possessions.
material. They're
The
materialistic.
superficial lifestyle. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
they want the Birkin bag. They are classic rap video chicks.
Yeah.
Classic. That's what they are.
Yeah.
And so what else can I say about them?
Yeah,
They
well,
don't have a
what I
plan.
can say is
They
I'm
don't have a
glad
plan.
with you.
So all of the episodes are nonsensical.
Right.
Their quest, the only thing they want is easy money, clout, and getting lit. So
Yeah.
every episode they conjure up some new way to make quick money.
Yeah.
Some new way. Okay, so there's going to be an episode called Sneakerheads, where one of them gets the idea, oh, let's camp out front of a pop-up store and try to get sneakers so that we can resell them. That they want to try the whole sneakerhead route, but they find out that doesn't pan out. They get trampled.
Yeah.
And they end up with, I think, just one shoe. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's going to be like just different episodes of doing different ridiculous things to get money.
Yeah. Quick money leads to quick consequences.
Yes, some disaster. And like those girls that like are, attention whores. Because she's an attention whore and she's a drama queen. There's gonna be a whole episode where Lexi gets on Instagram and starts taking selfies of her sad face and playing depressed.
Mm.
I'm depressed now. I'm depressed, and she wants to get everybody. She's fishing for sympathy now because now she's depressed, and she wants the whole world. You okay? I'm here for you. And then right. So she's playing the whole depressed girl thing. Okay, and so when she doesn't get the response that she wants, then she wants to commit suicide.
Oh.
And so there's a whole, she pretends, she takes the drama to a whole nother level because she's not getting the response that she wanted.
Yeah.
We've all seen that.
Yes. So
what are you doing? What are you doing for right now to stay safe and remain, out of all the thick of the bullshit?
You don't want to know about. I just feel like most of this shit is a bunch of hype anyway, and I'm just living my life the way I always have. I'm not, I do stay in for the most part. There's nothing open, so what the fuck can I do, right? So, I go biking. I'm not wearing the mask. No, I don't wear the fucking gloves. I'm not sick. Nobody I know I don't know anybody that's sick, and I don't know anybody that knows anybody that's sick. So I just feel like, where are these fucking coronas? Where are they? I don't know.
They're in New York.
Okay, I don't see them. I haven't, So nobody on my block is sick.
Right.
So we're just, I don't know.
I'm just worried because
we out here.
it just takes one person to be sick. Then
That's true.
The thing's got an infection rate of like 3. So if one person's sick, and that person can easily infect 3 others.
Yeah, I hear about that. Yeah. So that said, I've just pretty much not been around people.
Yeah.
Other than my family, I'm not like going around to public places and touching every doorknob I can.
Intentionally coughing in people's faces.
Right. I ride my own bike to the beach and back. I'm not like touching other people's things. So,
right. Yeah. Being safe.
Yeah. I just can't wait for this thing to all be over. I'm real tired of it. We're losing money.
Dylan?
I had to apply for a loan.
Oh.
I am more concerned about my fucking pocket right now. Right, I'm angry about it. I'm angry because I'm going to be so fucking broke, I might as well die. Okay? That's how mad I am. So I'm mad about the economy.
I get you. And right now, I had to pay for plumbing, and taxes hit us and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
And then there's guys like Chris here. He likes to lick doorknobs. How you doing,
Hey.
Dylan?
Hey,
These
Dylan.
doorknobs.
What's up, Marker? How are you doing?
I mean, that's what we have to do in these times. We have to, because these are going to be hard, and it's probably going to get harder before it gets easier. And-
California cannot afford this.
Right.
We don't have we're not ready for this kind of shit. We can't.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
We can add
yeah.
levity to situations like
We
this.
definitely don't want dead bodies in the streets, or too many bodies hitting the hospitals that we can't, help. That we definitely don't want.
Yeah. But if we do things like this, like these talks where we're talking about awesome art and the good things that people are doing, we remind people that there's good out there, and that you can support your local comic book creator, you can support your indie comic book, and you could still do so.
Even directly. You can contact these people directly, and that's another thing that I've been telling people in the case of like this, being that everyone has to go through Diamond, and in the case of like you, Mia, there are times when you are just sitting on books. I'm like, you know what? Reach out to these people. You never know what they can do for you.
Yeah.
Right. I've been really posting a lot. I try to post a lot that the books are available, and just trying to stay, keep posting, keep buzzing in their ear, so they know. I sold I sold 6 books yesterday, including one from you. I sold some books. So, but that's, not every day.
Right.
We just really need for this thing to end,
Yeah.
We need to get back to work. We need to get our events back up. I mean, this is just bad. This is so bad.
I work in entertainment, so I've been out, and I'm going to be out. It looks like I'm going to be out for the next 4 weeks. So I'm living off credit cards.
Oh my God!
And
I'm watching my bank account dwindle.
Yeah.
And I'm, bills are still coming, and I still have to pay them, and I'm just like freaking out.
Yeah, I work in education, and I had to basically just change everything I'm doing and work from home. Like completely change up my entire
remote.
Yeah.
It's all remote.
And regardless of my ability to be successful doing so, I have to do it.
It's hard that way. I mean, at least you get paid though.
Yeah, well, see, and I didn't want to mention that because I think that would be a little insensitive for me to mention, but that's the fortunate part of my job. But we're looking at not even returning to our physical spaces until August.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm a mural painter. And so, now with people having to hang on to every penny they need, nobody's going to pay for a fucking mural right now. That's no more art right now. Nobody wants it because they can't afford it. That's just a want. It's not a need.
Right. Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, hopefully, like you said, when we do get back to work, it's going to be balls to the wall. Everyone's going to be working their ass
off.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. It's going to be it's going to feel like the what was the boom after World War II? Was a baby boom, and we had it was not just a baby boom, but it was like a big boom of resources. We had a fuck ton of resources and money, and you got to have faith in the future, because I don't have faith in anything else. So I have to invest in the future and just have faith that it's going to be better in the future if I just keep fucking trying, if I just keep fucking working. And and sometimes I have to go and reevaluate.
Yeah, you gotta keep going.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to reevaluate where you are and be like, okay, can I be more efficient? Should I change my approach? Are people vibing with what I'm doing? How can I make myself better? And not just stay in that stagnant, uncreative space,
Right. Yeah, you got to keep changing. Keep on
believing in the future.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I've been doing a lot of bartering, for there's a guy that wants to help write episodes, and I'll storyboard his story if he does.
I like that
because he has a story, so I storyboard his so he can write mine.
Nice.
If you need help with an animatic, I won't charge you at all.
Oh, I do need help with an animatic, actually.
I can only help you with voices because I have no talent otherwise.
Okay. I will tell.
I write not much.
No, I will, because that's when it comes time to record. I'm calling everybody up, and I mean, I don't have a lot of money to pay anybody, but I usually just I try to set aside a little bit of money just for their couple hours of time, especially if they have to. Huh?
You pay me in kudos.
Okay.
I prefer to have people owe me with karma.
Okay. Karma is good. So yeah, but I do respect people's time. And so I did, like, the last time, people came to the studio, and I know some of them have to drive kind of far or whatever. They had to, take, 2 or 3 hours out of their day to come to the recording studio.
Yeah.
And I'd kick them down with like $50, 50, or I'll give you $50 and I order pizza for everybody. So that was like, something.
Yeah.
Just something to pay for your gas, and or whatever, gas and some time.
Make it worth your while.
And something to eat.
Yeah.
So.
Sexy
yeah,
voices.
And just kind of make it. It was fun. So, and because it's a short episode, there's not a whole lot to be said.
Right.
So you might have, several lines to say. You say your lines. The only thing that takes long, maybe you have to do a bunch of takes, but
yeah.
The takes might take some time.
I am completely aware.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked. I helped out Kevin with actually Dylan and I helped out Kevin with a couple like a month ago. We read for
Canto.
Hey,
we read
Dylan.
the first 2 issues of Canto. And that was one take. And I must have read the book like 3 times and then just said it out loud at least 2 times straight. And I was trying to like really kind of understand. It took me a week to get that voice.
Right.
And so like, and to hear it in my head and to be able to like do it.
Do you have any, can you do impersonations?
Jigglypuff. Do you know Jigglypuff from Pokemon?
Yes.
Jigglypuff. That one's easy. You just throw that
my god, that's adorable. I'm gonna have to fucking record that. That's adorable.
Yeah, that one's easy.
You can sing that. If you have kids, you probably sing that to your kids.
Go to sleep, mother.
Sing Jigglypuff songs to your kids. My daddy sings Jigglypuff.
Well, and then I do a couple voice approximations. Like they're not like imitations, they're approximations.
Okay, like so you can get close, get pretty close to it.
Yeah, you get a lot. You get close, and usually it's for like parody, like when you're like parodying like Homer Simpson, you're like, "I'm Max Power" or something like that, you know? And
yeah.
So you do that was actually not.
Can
Homer
you do
Simpson
Cartman?
Everybody can do Cartman. Come on, Dad. It's so easy. It's just you. That one's you throw it into your soft palate.
Cartman is hard to do. I used to try to do Cartman, but you almost have to talk like you have to talk like you're mocking somebody.
Yeah, you have to. What you do is you take your tongue and you press it up against the bottom of your teeth, the bottom teeth, and then what you do is you push your chin forward and you just talk like this, Car. That's the trick, Car.
You push your chin forward and you put your tongue
against the back of your teeth. That's the trick. That's also how you talk with the lisp. If you want to do like a Southern guy who's a little dim-witted, you gotta put your tongue right there, and you're like, "Hey, everybody, I'm right here. I'm from Louisiana, and I lived in your bayou, and I know a couple alligators." Like everybody on that Tiger King show, they all sound like that to me.
That's cool. That's really cool. That was a good impersonation. Very good.
That's really hilarious.
Yeah.
Cartman was spot on.
Yeah, I like that's one of my favorite cartoons. Oh my God.
Because of two things. One, watching a lot of the show, and two,
I like the episode when he pretends that he has Tourette's. I like when he pretends he has Asperger's. I like the Asperger's episode.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because he put burgers in his ass. And
oh man. South Park.
I know what you're talking about.
South Park.
He put burgers in his ass. And he went to the doctor and he was like, "I don't know what's wrong with me, but maybe you should check my pants. I think I might have Asperger's."
What the fuck?
South Park is the greatest animation show ever.
Yeah.
It is.
Definitely up there.
And you know they have like
to me, I'm a huge Simpsons fan.
Yeah.
And I love Family Guy.
Family Guy.
But South Park
is the best. But no, I love Roger. Roger's my favorite character in Family in American Dad.
American Dad, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I can't get enough of Roger. He's the best. And yeah, Roger's like up there with Cartman. He's pretty bad. I'm
a Brian Griffin guy.
Oh, Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian the dog. Yes, I love to. Yeah. You know what I like about Brian? Well, I like that he's an atheist. And I like that he's Seth. He's basically Seth.
Yeah.
Brian is Seth.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I like him. He's so he's nihilistic, but he's very positivist. And he's troubled.
Are we all?
But I think he's the perfect everyman.
Right. Yes. Yeah. And remember the one where they were like coming from the future?
Yeah.
And then there were like 100 of them that came like.
Oh yeah, when he was multiplying himself.
The future.
We gotta stop
yes.
this.
Yeah.
Hey Lois.
When Stewie, him and Stewie just kept coming. They made that time machine.
Those time machine episodes are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
And you know what? And whenever they have the chicken fight, it's just time filler.
In the chicken fight.
That's when they have nothing. That means they just didn't have anything to write about that day, and they just had a chicken fight that went through half the show. So I'm like, dude, really? You filled up half the show with the fucking chicken fight? With the chicken fighting Peter?
I think somebody on YouTube found that they were actually just copying some like 90s action flick, and they almost did like a shot for shot remake of this action flick
of the whole chicken fight.
that was the chicken fight
with all the punching. I was like, really?
Oh,
I also
Somebody
like
on YouTube did
the Star Wars parody was
yeah.
good.
Come on,
That was really fun.
Blue Harvest.
Yes.
So much fun.
you know, it was actually funnier about that. That Star Wars parody was how they were always poking fun at themselves because
Yes.
Seth, actually, their parody did better. They got more ratings.
Right.
Seth Green.
Yeah.
That's what was funny. It's like, well, you do realize that we got more. It doesn't matter. No, because we act. No, but it doesn't matter.
I like when they had in Family Guy they had Jesus come stay over, and they had him for dinner.
Oh yeah.
And then he was asking him about all of the events. He's like, "Oh, that's just bullshit. Just
Well, that's Seth. That's Seth in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Right.
I knocked out my margarita, guys.
I'm done.
I knocked out my margarita.
Me
That's probably
too.
why I was talking so much.
So that means I think we're done. So this is what we're gonna do. We hit.
But it was a party.
Well, and that's where we're probably gonna do it again tomorrow. So tomorrow,
Friday night,
I was invited to go over to Discovery Bay, and over on Discovery Bay at 5:30. JB is going to be interviewing. I'm already starting to slur. Frank Gogol, and after that, we're going to do another margaritas and comics. So I'm thinking around 9. Might as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good time because everybody's home and settling in.
It's margarita time.
Yeah, usually like for me, I can't do mornings because I'm always just. I gotta get out of the house. I'm doing shit outside.
Yeah.
I cannot be in the
I love the book cover. I absolutely love that cover.
Oh, thank you.
I saw Kevin's been showing it off the last 2 days, so.
For the new one?
Yeah.
Well, he's dying to get the original one too. So we're gonna go backstage.
I swear I thought you gave me a digital copy, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, I should send some out. Should I just send some to you?
Well, just hang out, and then this is what we're going to do. We're going to end the broadcast. We'll talk for a little bit, and we'll figure all this out.
Okay, for sure.
Hey.
And I can always mail them out or,
Thank you for hanging out.
All right, y'all.
Anybody want to do comments? I'll highlight you, but if not, we'll just end it.
Oh, Chris.
We'll end it.
Thank
you very much.
He's asking why I'm pacing around the house.
1, 2, comic talk, and
all
we
right.
are out. Thank you very much, people.
All right.
We appreciate you.
Good nighty. Bye-bye, guys.